I've been telling God all day, I don't want to do this. This wasp. He's been giving me every excuse not to do it. But, you know, I really don't want to. This has been an argument with me and God all day today. I don't want to, and then I'm reminded, sometimes we gotta do the things we don't want to do. And it's hot in this van. But, it's very fitting for this video because this video is going to be very uncomfortable. There's probably going to be times, there's most likely going to be times in this video that are cringeworthy, even. But it's, no one really wants to talk about it. No one really actually wants to dive into it. I mean, I got a shower scheduled after this because I know I'm gonna get real shiny. I'm gonna want it. Well, you sure? Yeah. There are, at least at first I thought, there were 2 areas of shadow work. It has come to my attention that there are 3 areas of shadow work. 3 categories of things, alright? There is the things you don't like about yourself. Okay, the things that you do that you really don't, you really don't want to do. Like, I don't know, let's say, just as an example, because it's a very common thing, unfortunately. But let's say there's a guy that's beating on his girl. And really this guy doesn't actually like doing that, doesn't get joy out of doing that if you would actually figure it the fuck out, And the guy comes to that conclusion that he doesn't like fucking doing it. At that point you have 2 choices. Are you just gonna do it anyway because it's you, right? Or are you actually gonna do something to change it? That's the first area. The first category is the things you don't like about yourself. The second area is the lies that people have told you about you. That's the you're worthless, you're whatever else category. And then the third category is the things people don't like about you. The things that other people say that you need to change. The things that, like, I can go into personally, okay? I am personally that type of person who will come out straightforward with the blunt stick and tell you exactly how I feel about you. I will tell you exactly, how you're kind of being a douchebag and not really considering other people at all. Because, I mean, if you're going to walk in and start, I don't know, you see all the free food on the table and you're just going to go over there and just start eating all of it. I mean, I would see that as a problem. Any normal human being would probably see that as a problem. Narcissist would not see that as a problem. It's about them, right? I mean, if you're a homeless guy and you came in, even a homeless guy isn't going to take everything that's on the fucking table. Not unless they're hyped up on something else. But it's those things that people say that they don't like about you. Even if you like it about you. You don't see any kind of a problem. You see it as a problem for, specific individuals. Sure. Those types that just don't want to hear anything, those I'm right about everything types. I mean, well, that would be that cringeworthy time, right? Personally, okay. Now, being depressed and hating on yourself and telling yourself all the lies that other people have told you and thinking about all the things that other people don't like about you and then thinking about the things that you don't like about you, you're just perpetuating yourself into these things. That's where your depression is coming from instead of actually identifying these things. Okay? Because a lot of us, myself included, I can only talk from experience. Truly, I can only talk from experience. I can't talk from someone else's standpoint. I really don't want to tell you what qualifies me to talk about the shadow work. I'm sure if you go back far enough into my videos, you can figure it out. But you got to think of it this way, okay? You're in high vibration, you're in light, right? And you're in a depression, you're in the shadow, right? Okay, well, there's a point in time when you were standing on that line between the light and the shadow. The popular misconception is that you have to be you have to be depressed and feeling horrible in order to go through your shadow work. No, you don't. It's hard for me to fucking talk about. All right, can you just chill? It was standing on that line. One of two things happens for you to cross that line. Not the line I'm talking about. Back up. You're too far ahead. Either you start thinking about, oh, fuck. Yeah. You know who you are and you're right. Okay. So you're standing on that line and one of two things happens. You either think about the things that you hate about yourself, or you think about the things that other people have said that they hate about you. Or no. Most of the time you could give a fuck less what other people hate about you. I mean, that's that. It is a subcategory kind of thing. You either think of the first one or the second one, what people have told you about you. And, it is hard to differentiate the two, because while these people are telling you this, you're also telling yourself this. And therefore, that voice actually becomes your voice very quickly. You know, it's not that I'm afraid of them. I really don't want to have to go through it. If I can go the rest of my life without that problem, I would be okay. It's not a very fun experience. But it's probably just because they don't actually want me to, articulate it in the way that I tend to articulate things. Because they want you to think of the misconceptions and the you really can't take advice from someone about going through the deepest, darkest depressions if they've never been there. You can't ask someone about Rhode Island if they've never been there. They've seen pictures. Oh yeah, it's nice. Okay, but you don't know where to eat, where you should stay, where you can go to have some. You don't know fucking anything. Confirmation. So but the only real way that you can actually differentiate the two is thinking about, is there a time someone has told me this? Not them agreeing with you. Yeah, you're a piece of shit. Literally coming out and telling you, you will never be anything. You are worthless. The most popular one. Why don't you just go die? But you need to, because your mind is going to go through all the times that you've told yourself this. That's where it goes first. Because it's your voice, right? And it does require going into, the parts of your memory you wish you would stay out of. But you gotta remember why you're there. It's not to relive it. It is to understand, follow the trail of where this shit is coming from. Can't find a deer unless you follow the tracks. Which this is where that self-love comes from. I would highly suggest, understanding yourself first. Thinking about, how you actually have lived your life. The things you've done, the people you've helped, the choices you've made. You have to understand exactly who it is that you are in your heart before you can start journeying through the mind. There's a reason why this is the center of our being when you are, meditating. If you don't count your legs, because there's no chakras in your legs. There's connection points. But the hardest part about it is the things you don't like about yourself. It's not as easy to change a habit as you think. Let's see if I can, yeah, something like that. Ta-da! Because the things you don't like about yourself, you know, that actually takes on a higher toll than anything else. Because no matter who you are, you truly are your worst critic. And the only person you can't run from is yourself. At the end of the day, it's really all you have. It's really all you own. The thing you can never get away from. So, man, my ADD working overtime today, and guys like, just we're gonna carry this 3 over here and do a little 5 over here and square this decimal. Oh, God gave me the choice, okay? And I made the choice to do this. Because, you know, I did have that point in time. It's like, but me though? And he says, why not? You give me a good reason, why not? And I had nothing. My mind hasn't been so goddamn quiet. You truly have to know yourself first and to be able to decipher what other people have told you. And then, the things that you don't like about yourself, yeah, again, the things you don't like about yourself, not the things that other people have told you they don't like and therefore you should not like. I'm not talking about those things. That's the third category. We ain't there yet. Okay? This came to my attention just recently. Ugh. Tell you what, I ain't gotta pay for a fucking sauna, that's for sure. Kinda wanna open the door to see if that'll... It won't be so loud. Stay. Yeah, something like that. Airflow. Otherwise, it's just an oven in this bitch. Like I said, I know I'm gonna want to shower after this. Oh, I was gonna shower this morning. You can still tell I don't want to do this. I'm trying to do everything but. Again, it's... I mean, I'm fucking shaking, okay? And that's exactly why God says, why not you? Everyone else is scared. It terrifies everybody to have to journey through those deep, dark places, because those deep, dark places they have clawed their way out of just to find self-love. And yes, you did. And now you know the way out. And you do not dive in head first. if you just run, you will have no idea. Like playing Minecraft, I figured this out, okay? If you just run and skedaddle, you will lose home. You have to venture out a little by little, and then as you memorize realistically these surroundings, you venture out a little more, and then you don't have to memorize the entire surroundings, because at that point, that little bit that you have gone out, you have found the trail, the track, what you're following. So all you need to know is that trail and that path. Until you find, because going back to Minecraft here, you know, the cave that you found, you know, that would be that. It's perfect metaphor, honestly. Thank you. And then you explore that cave, and you don't just go running all willy-nilly in that cave, or you're going to get lost in that cave. And, you know, you can't go completely into this cave and not go back home. You still got to go back home, drop some stuff off, get some more resources, you know, food, whatever else. If you're not playing on peaceful, you know, unless you're going to just build a whole nother house. And then that would be those people that are just enjoying the misery. They're you get it. I emailed you about it. And now I'm just drawing a blank on the word. She's like, don't tell him. They're just accepting living in that darkness. They're just accepting there's nothing I can do about it. And then they just forget about I've been there. I know what it's like to be in that pit for so long you forget what colors look like. There's two things it takes to come out of the darkness with a bullet in your hand. But I mean, it's a very deep subject, and it would be very arrogant to try and pack it all into one video. However, you can't just rush through it. And you gotta take the time, because everything costs time. There isn't a single thing on this planet that doesn't take time. Any amount of time. And you know, for some of you, you're already there. You have two choices. You can either explore a little deeper. However, I do recommend going back home to that self-love. Spend some time, come back home. I send everybody as much love as I can. It's up to you if you accept it. Just know you are not alone. You are not the only one going through it. You are not the only one who has gone through it, and you will not be the last one to go through it. but we can change having to do it alone. I mean, either way, you're going to have to be in solitude and isolation, because your mind will try anything. It's a defense mechanism to retain your peace at any costs, because it's a newfound thing. I'm dripping. This is fucked. Yeah, I figured sitting out here was very symbolic, you know. That's why I didn't go out into a shady area and get all comfortable, because it's either way you're gonna be uncomfortable, so we might as well be comfortable being uncomfortable. You know? Confirmation. Double confirmation. So. Well, we're at 26 minutes. It's perfectly 2 p.m. Look at that. That is... We're going to end it there, and eventually we will come back to this. But again, you know, we got to get back home. Because again, if you watch the video and you're paying attention, then you already fucking know. I love every single one of you. I send you as much love as I can, because, you know, I can only do so much, and I pray that you do the same for somebody else. Yeah, I will see y'all next time, and I love you.